dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Today being February 14th, 2023, this is Street Abundance. I greet the community of Tiashans and also the leaders for their initiatives that they have taken to sensitize the community, because we are our own problems and we are our own solutions. TAC community is a perfect replica of the Afro-Caribbean conditions. We are a perfect replica of being victims of religion and politics. Victims, I said we are victims of religion and politics. And the reason why I must speak the way I do, because it is the truth. A lot of us within the Afro-Caribbean society, we have no relationship with the truth. None whatsoever. I said we have no relationship with the truth. And the Infinite says it's only the truth that will be able to set us free. And so let us not fool ourselves. And so I asked the question, how were we conditioned? How were we conditioned as a people? And where did we get the information? How were we conditioned? The society that we live in holds us to certain standards and expectation. They generally looked at profession as gender-based. Yes, profession. Before, you have truck drivers, and when somebody say, I am a truck driver, I am a forklift operator, I am a bulldozer operator, or a crane operator, or I am a mason and a carpenter, which gender comes to mind? I am just trying to defend my thesis this morning that we and we are all victims of religion and politics. I'm not talking about good policies within government. I'm not talking about spirituality, because there's a difference between good governance and good policies. Bad governance and good policies. There's a difference between religion and spirituality. Don't confuse yourself. And so, when we hear about those professions, we only think of the male gender. But it's not like that anymore. When we think about secretary, especially in the West, when we think about a nurse or nursing, when we think about housekeeping, laundry, babysitters, or we call them nanny, what comes to mind? The female gender. But that is not the case anymore. But that is how we were indoctrinated by the system. What we are doing here, it is no less of a movement that was started with Marcus Garvey. You know, I was speaking to someone the other day, and they were saying abundance, we have to use a method. I cannot remember exactly what the person was saying. Oh yes, advocacy. Yes, the person say abundance. If you are supposed to unite and become any person of influence in any of the African country or on the continent, you have to begin with advocacy, because most of the people that are in position and leaders, they were advocates. They were advocating on behalf of the people. And that is how they gained the trust of the people. I told him my advocacy will not come in the normal way. You see, this is again reference to how we are being conditioned. And some people do it, advocacy work, not out of a genuine place, but out of a place to gain favor for political end. No, I am not going down that road. So I told him my influence will come from the ability to lead a people into to be financial independent. That is the greatest freedom that we can give to our people. We are unknowingly free slaves, especially people of color. We are unknowingly free slaves walking around the earth, parading ourselves as if we are independent. We are not. We are not free. We are not socially free. We are not physically free. We are not psychologically free. And definitely, we are not financially free. Who is fooling who? And that is why a lot of us in TAC community, we cannot be happy. We cannot be happy. And the reason why we cannot be happy, because you have been led. You have been led to an ocean of wealth in the greatest period of wealth transformation, and you're still spinning around looking for the Pharaoh's policies and system that have kept your grandparents and great-grandparents into financial slavery. You are still looking for them in the religious and political systems to bring you to your financial senses. It will not happen. Hence the reason you will be frustrated. Because where TAC is going is in the opposite direction. It's in the opposite direction. It's taking you places that you have not been. And that is why it's not everyone who can be in front of a mission that is greater than themselves. It's not everyone who has the sense an ability and responsibility to lose themselves to find someone else in the process. Because that is how a lot of us who speak the way we do, because we have lost that which the religious and the political system have made. Because they have made us into who we are today. Political and religion. We do not do anything outside of those two. And I dare to challenge the community of Tiashon. What have you done in your life? What are you doing now? And what will you do in the future that does not subject you under either or both of these two systems, demonic system, politics and religion? You tell me anything that you have learned and anything that you have done, your ideology, the way you think, is from these two systems. That even when we have been freed physically, we are still mentally enslaved. It's just like the dog that was basically conditioned after his master tied him out for so many days to starve, bring the food only to inches where he cannot reach it. And after 6, 7, 8 times of stretching to eat, but could not, when the food is now being presented in reach, the dog stood there. Why? Because the owner was able to condition the dog's mind that even when the food is in reach, he stays there. We in the community of TAC and the Afro-diasporan community is of no different than the example of the dog. TAC has opened up a gateway, an ocean of wealth for every Tiashan. We should have been further than where we are today, but we are still looking for the familiar. We are a people that do not want to be first and to create our own path. We are looking for the foundations, the aid foundation to lead us. America and Europe, all their interest in Africa is contraceptive. Nothing else. Contraceptive. That's all. Population control. And when they cannot control you by contraceptive, they bring in Ebola. They bring in AIDS. They brought in COVID. That's it. And so this morning, I am saying to the global community of Tiashan, how many coins do you have? And being the year of abundance, how abundantly are you thinking? Because I am hitting the minds of the Tiashan this morning. I am hitting the mind of the Afro-Caribbean diaspora this morning, because except you have a different input, your output remains the same. It was Jim Rohn that says that we are who and where we are in life because of what have entered our minds. In other words, we are producing that which have entered us, because you cannot give me what you do not have. It is impossible for you to give me what you do not have. Water does not rise above its own level. You cannot think above your capacity. It is impossible for you to give abundance what you do not possess. But Jim Rohn did not stay there. He says that, but you can change who and where you are by what you now allow to enter your minds. TAC is a school of philosophy. TAC is a school of ideas. TAC is a school of unlimited financial opportunities. TAC is an opportunity of information. And so how much coins do you have this morning? And what is the value of those coins that you wish to see? I said the other day, if you had 10,000 coins and there were 50,000, you have $500 million in your wallet. I've instructed this community, is going for a year now. Follow the instruction of the admin. Remove your coins from the price and place it no less than $20,000. And you're still spinning around. The infinite told Peter, cast your net on the other side. It was basically an insult. But what the infinite is saying, that the way how you're going and the way how you learn it from the system, the way how the system conditioned you, the way politics and religion have cloned your minds, except you detoxify completely from those two systems, you will ever produce the result of those systems, which is poverty, greed, lack, selfishness, hatred, murder, crime. That is what this system will produce. Hatred, crime, jealousy, backbiting, envy, poverty. This is the two systems. This is what they have produced. Your sons and daughters on the street looking for things that they have not lost. The jails that are overrun because of lack of opportunity. This is what the system produces. Poverty, prostitution, both systems. That is what they have created. Our brothers and sisters are drowning every day for opportunity. This is the result of the system that you have grown and have conditioned you from day one. These are the results. I don't need to convince you they're there. Going into our health facilities, people are dying for things that they should not die for. You go on the streets, the road works are in deplorable condition. Sanitation is unacceptable. This is how the system. You go to church. As soon as you leave, you're begging and disturbing your neighbor for bread. You're begging. You're doing things that you should not do. Corrupting yourself. Stealing from yourself. Stealing from your parents. Stealing from your church. Stealing from your community. Stealing from your country. This is what both systems have done. And you still want to continue with the rules and regulation, promoting this system and expect to get a different result. Go to school, get your degree, come work for me, says the system. And at the end of the day, you cannot get pay. And those who are pensionable are suffering today. Is this what you want to continue? Is this what you want to pass to your children? I say to the global community of Tiashen that we will be responsible and the infinite will hold us responsible for not effecting that which we were born to do because of four things: greed, ignorance, selfishness, and disunity. He will hold us responsible because what he asks you to do in this era He have never asked anyone in the past to do it. What he have asked us to do and the system that he allowed to be introduced has never been done in the entire history of creation. I say to the global community of Tiashan, to obey is better than sacrifice. To obey is better than sacrifice. To obey is better than sacrifice. Peter, cast your net on the other side. Naaman dipped 7 times. The children of Israel go around Jericho 7 times. He told the woman, the Seraphanian woman, bring all the jars that you have in your house and begin to pour oil. That's all. Very simple. In other words, when the infinite is ready to transform, you must not stand in the way, because his glory, he have already pronounced to us, his glory he shall not give to another. A lot of us want to take the praise. A lot of us want the accolade of the success of TAC, but I told you from day one, you will not get it. The success of TAC will frustrate you, especially if you're vying to be recognized and to get praise out of it. This mission will humble you. That is why a lot of our leaders, they are very silent on the forum. They're not doing anything. They are not doing anything because they have not really caught the vision, and the praises are not coming. That is it. Look at our forum, at all our leaders in different countries. What are they doing today? They are very silent because they have not yet fully caught the vision. They don't even know where TAC is going, because they're looking at it from a political and religious standpoint. TAC will frustrate those of you who want to repeat the same. It will frustrate you. And so this morning, I say to the global community of Tiashans, let us strive to understand and to be awakened, because you must be awakened to understand the mission and the vision of TAC. You must be open and you must be truthful with yourself, because it's only the truth that will be able to set you free. And as the infinite says, who the Son set free. And by the way, a lot of you thinks that the Son is outside of you. You are lying. A lot of you are praying to an external forces. You are lying. I say to you again that greater is within you than he that is in the world. I ask yourself, who are you? Man, according to Socrates, know thyself. I am the Son of the Infinite. And if I am the Son of the Infinite, who am I? Abundance. You are God walking on earth in your physical realm. Ha. You can blow your brains out with that one, but that is who we are. And that is why he says that in the spiritual realm, nothing is impossible if we can believe and remain steadfast. I said, nothing is impossible to them that believe. What is your belief? That is where the spiritual realm connects with infinity. That is who we are. Nothing is impossible to them that believe. But again, he says, what is impossible with men is possible with the infinite. The men here is referring to your physical, the host that hosts the spiritual, because we are all spiritual and physical beings. We are not just one. We are not just one. And that is why you have the capacity to bring forth good or to bring forth evil. It is up to you what you want to bring forth today. You have the same spirit that is within you, is ready and willing to execute evil as well as good. As you direct the spirit, I said it will follow. It will follow. Whatever you want the spirit to do, it will do. You want evil? Some of you go to juju. Some of you are crippling people. Some of you are creating all kind of madness in people's lives. It's the spirit at work. The spirit is as ready to aid you with the good things of life as well as the bad things of life. That is why I say I put before you two doors. Choose good or evil, because I will aid you equally. Anything that you unite in the spirit, I will bring it into the physical. Some of you, that is why sometimes I don't even go down this road, because these things are light years ahead of you. The way in which we are conditioned by religion, we can only see the spirit works or the infinite works in one way. And that is why we have so many religions, everyone claiming to be truthful. Religion, I tell you, is a scam. Politics is also a scam, pure scam. Again, religion and spirituality is two different things. Good policies, good governance is different than politics. And so may we learn from the school of abundance this morning that I must trouble the water. The water has to be troubled, because if the water is not troubled, you will remain sick at the pool of Bethesda. You will remain sick in the camps of politics and religion. It is my duty, because at the end of the day, this is not a physical journey. This is a spiritual awakening journey for a people that have been downtrodden. The physical journey took place when Moses physically led the children out of Israel to a land of promise. And 80% of them never believed in the mission. That's why they did not enter. The Tiashan community is a replica of that journey. And many of you will die without entering financial freedom because you do not believe. You do not believe. The journey is too long. We don't have patience. We are going up against mountains. No government is looking at us. We cannot do the diaspora city. We cannot do this. We cannot do that. Isn't that what the same thing the children of Israel was saying to Moses? That the road you have taken to them is an impossible one. The sea before us, where two mountains chapped us. Isn't that what they were saying? Isn't that why they die and never, them and their children never experience financial freedom? It's the same thing happening to you all, Tiashan. When I see your level of frustration, then I know TAC is really going uphill. I said, when I see your level of frustrations, I know TAC is really going uphill, because I've always said that TAC will bring out the worst and the best in this community. This is chief abundance. Follow instruction. Remove your order less than 20,000 and see how the Spirit works. It is not for you to get the praise, because my glory I shall not give to another. Simple instruction. Cast your net on the other side. Cancel your order. What else do you want abundance to say? Oh, there's no liquidity. Who told you there's no liquidity? Your ability to follow instruction is more important than your personal ideology and how you have been conditioned. This is chief abundance. Good morning.